All right, we're live. You want to tell everybody we're live? KG, tell everybody we're live.
We're live
And
today.
what else we need? What we need them to do? They watch this.
Subscribe, hit a like, and we need 2,000 subscribers.
Just 2,000 subscribers?
Well, actually, make that a zillion.
A zillion subscribers?
Yes.
Okay. So are you going to answer the questions?
And we need about, let's see, three zillion views.
3 zillion views? Okay. And then, all right. Okay. So now I got to get to work. The people got questions. Okay. Anything you want to say to them before I get to work?
Not yet.
Okay. All right. Peace and blessings, guys. What's going on, man? That was my son. I thought I'd just change up how you guys normally see me when I start out. But somebody said they had questions. But anyway, you know how we do this, family. Peace and blessings. Peace and blessings. Peace and blessings to everybody. Peace and everybody who's going to be coming and watching this later on. And how we normally do this is we normally I'm asked questions and then I answer the questions, and I'm only making this clear to everyone who's going to be watching the replay. So most of the time, if you watch the entire video, somebody normally asks a question that you might have needed answered, and I try to provide my best. And with that said, let me go in here and say peace and blessings to everybody who has said peace and blessings, and then get to the questions because I have seen several different people say several different things. So, who that? Vito219DS says, yo, I got some questions. Ask them, brother. I'm waiting on them. Peace and blessings to my brother, Dem Beats Productions. What's going on, big brother David? Demario Townsend, what's going on, family? Good. He said, that's my son's favorite snack. Yeah, my children love them. All right. WJ Walker say, what is good, brother and family? Peace and blessings to you, family. What's going on with you? I emailed you about a consultation. You did, and I didn't get it. If you did, okay, I'll go through my email and check it. It might have got lost in spam. If I didn't reply to it, I've been emailing and Rick has been answering as well. So I will check, brother. I apologize about that. Let's see who else. BK Bangers. What's going on, family? I ain't seen you in a while, man. I know you're doing your thing with your channel. Okay. All right, so here we go. Well, let me say this. My son just turned 8, so he's 8 years old. I emailed you about consultation. Okay, I already did that one. After signing up for DistroKid and BMI, is there any other way to form you can or should copyright your music? I don't understand what you're asking me. However, what I'm saying to you is if you plan on copyrighting your music or you want to copyright your music, just copyright your music. However, I'll say to you what I say to most people, which is if you're going to copyright your music, copyright it in bulk. All right. And that what I mean by that, by copyrighting it in bulk, I simply am saying to you, don't send in one track or one song, copyright a bunch because the price is the same. And that's my recommendation to you on that. Them beat some what's up, dude. They don't say dude no more, Dave. That's that old school stuff, bro. We old. BK says ISRC. All right. Peace. Okay, so August C says good vendors to get merchandise made for a good price. If you're talking about merchandise like hats, definitely who lead pack is Spreadshirt. Spreadshirt is a very good place for you guys to go if you're talking about t-shirts and hats and things like that. For marketing, I would use Spreadshirt. Teespring isn't bad either, but Spreadshirt is who I rely on mostly. But it just depends on what you're talking about. Them be some old head. Yes, sir. We both are old heads. Dave Walker says U.S. copyright has recently changed total to just 10 per bulk. See, now you just taught me something new. My publishing administrator normally copyrights our work, so but they still publish it. They copyright all of it in bulk because they send in an entire spreadsheet of all the artists that they're copyrighting the material for. So that's interesting. I wonder how that's going to work out. I need to talk to them. Thank you, W.J. Walker, for that information. I used to make that mistake doing copyrights. Diasti says, what's the best way to get someone on to a feature? DM them, contact them, be very direct depending on the artist that you want. However, just know if it is a celebrity artist, you're going to pay. You're not going to get around it. That's the best way to do it. If they are establishing themselves as an artist or as a musician or rapper or whatever, most times newer artists or rappers or whatever, they'll do it pretty much for free. But yes, just contact them. You know what I mean? Contact them or contact whoever they have in their booking. You know what I mean? They say for booking. Most of the time you go on their Instagram or something, you'll see for booking or management or something, they have someone that you can contact. Look, man, y'all be sleeping on BK, man. BK, man, listen, man, that's old school. That's old school dread right there, bro. You know what I'm saying? BK is on his A game, man. BK been on his A game since we talked about it. BK, are you still using Freedom for your MCN? If so, I got to get you off of those. All right. You can copyright in your DAW too. Thank you, Spadazzo, for that. Hey, SG, what's the name of the band you was listening to last night? I don't remember the name of the band. The guy who contacted me, which was Mark, was his name. I don't remember the band name. But I'm glad you liked it too. I appreciate that. R. Griffin Music says, is it beneficial for producers to still do beat projects without vocals anymore due to the rise of playlists? I'll be honest with you, I've never really thought about, and we never did beat projects without vocals. Every time we did something, we provided either entire songs or hooks onto our songs. I've always advocated to you guys as producers to find you a lyricist or a vocalist if you're not one yourself, and have them reference your music and provide that music in when you're trying to sell it or you're trying to promote it. Okay. Thank you, BK. Appreciate that. And yes, they were them beats. They were versatile as a group. I wanted to highlight that as well, man. You know, and show you guys the other side of the music industry. So for all of you who don't know what he's talking about, last night it was about 11:30, maybe 12 o'clock at night. I did a video. It's one of my last videos. Just go out of this video when it's done and over with. Click on my videos and look at the more recent video I did prior to this one. And you'll see that I was talking about music production and what producers are doing to make it in the industry, and they're performing and they're learning instruments and they're doing live shows. And last night, the guy who contacted me, name's Mark, who performed last night. Them boys made. I can pretty much attest to I watched them make last night at least $3,000. At least $3,000 last night, minimum. They made that in tips. They had their tip jars where people were doing requests for stuff they wanted to hear, and then they had the money that they was making that was like lump sum money, where people were giving them like $40, $50, $100. I watched people walking up to him giving them $100 at a time. How do you start a record label and a website to sell beat songs and merchandise? Well, first and foremost, and thank you, Insano Hood, aka King Insano. First and foremost, that's a large part of what we teach here on this channel, and it's what I do on Music Millionaires, and it's part of my kit. The first thing that you need to do when it comes to, and I'm gonna try to delve into your question and make it all inclusive. The first thing that you need to do, and everyone here knows what I'm gonna say to you, is set up your business. Get yourself a limited liability company and base it wherever you want: Delaware, Maryland, Wyoming, Arizona, any place that you think there may be tax benefits, or just set it up within your state. It's not a hard process. But before you do that, you need to go file for your EIN. Have your production company or record label name already prepared for the IRS, so they'll know what you're doing as a corporation and or a DBA. Once you do that, and you get your DBA and LLC set up, you're pretty much halfway there. The hardest part about setting up a record label is building contacts, reaching out to people, building contacts for different things that you're going to need, like maybe distribution. Record labels tend not to use companies like DistroKid for music because it's not beneficial to you as a record label, because they're going to charge you per artist. And you don't want to be having a situation where you have to pay residually over and over and over for music to stay on a platform, and that's why DistroKid and TuneCore don't work for record labels. However, we do distribute and sign record labels for distribution. We do have that plug, and I'm your plug for that. Let's see real quick. What else did you ask? Oh, God. All right, so website is real easy. You can purchase websites. Find you anywhere that's going to pay flat rate. Guys, get out of the habit of paying monthly on websites. Pay flat rate. Get it done for that whole daggum year and be done with it. Most of the time, you can look in the videos that I have. I got links for your websites that you can go through. My tribe does that. And pay for your website flat out. Now, once you get your website, nowadays you can just pre-install your website once you create it with WordPress. WordPress is the go-to thing. A lot of people, and I heard someone recently say, I think it was Dasty, that talked about Weebly and different things of that nature. You don't want to get into those type platforms, because now WordPress is pretty much a drag and drop type situation. So with WordPress, what you can do is install a theme, and once you install a theme based on what it looks like and how you think you can work it or make it suitable for your record label that you want to start, you can then add Elementor, which is a plugin that is basically drag and drop everything you want and design onto a page or an entire website. And last thing you talked about, which was merchandising, or selling beats, songs, and merchandise. It's just an easy thing. When you create your website as a store. They have templates literally in WordPress that allow you to set up the website instantly as a store, and you'll just need to get your merchant account with PayPal. I use Stripe personally. Stripe is better because it integrates pretty much with everything, and that's the simplistic answer of that. I hope that helped you. Art Geffen, try your instrumentals and TV. BK, I just sent 16 in a few weeks ago. And yes, if you BK if you need the MCN thing, let me know, man, because I want to link your channel to our MCN, because you are a musician. So we do now we do MCN. Art Geffen, music question: are you still looking for work with upcoming producers or buy beats like you done recently? If so, I'm interested and curious. No, I'm not doing it anymore. I'm going to make producers earn, because a lot of producers that we purchase beats from and that I gave them the plug with my people, it's really not an appreciative thing. A lot of producers aren't hungry, man. A lot of producers don't want to work. Once they get that work and that placement, they get lazy, and you just start submitting everything. That's not everybody that I know. I'm not saying that, because people I deal with, like BK Banger and Spagdazzo and the rest, they constantly are making music. David E. Maxwell is constantly making music. But a lot of producers' feelings are hurt when their music isn't chosen all the time, or not picked. They may have gotten one placement and they think they're going to keep getting placements every time they submit music. So we stopped that. We're just going to start doing it in-house. I'm going to start signing producers under the Peacemakers, and y'all have no idea. Just becoming a part of the Peacemakers open up opportunities in so many different ways. Matter of fact, we have made platinum producers just because they were affiliated with us, and when they went and pitched themselves, because they were signed with us, they was able to get major placements with artists because they know who we are. Okay, so y'all, you and Spadazzo was having your own private conversation. WJ Walker's having a conversation with BK. Good. Well, we're stimulating conversation. I don't have to ask much. Good. Good. That's what I'm talking about. Doing a community thing. And Them Beats tells everybody that on the Music Millionaire website, I go into detail You want goldfish? I go into detail on the Music Millionaires website. And teach you guys how to set up your business step by step. Well, you know what I mean? Like WJ Walker, I don't necessarily know if they're changing from bulk to 10 per, because there is major companies that send in a lot of work, even though they do pay more. I know they pay more for copyright sending in. There's, but I got to really find it out. I got to see. Matter of fact, put the link in the chat if you don't mind, and we can go to it later on. So Ismo Hood, aka King Insano, Insano. How do you book a show for yourself locally? Like I do most of my recordings in Charlotte, North Carolina. Yes, but just because you do your recordings in Charlotte, North Carolina, doesn't mean that you're stuck to that demographics. You know what I'm saying? The whole thing is, and how you book yourself is becoming popular. You can't book yourself, and promoters aren't going to use you if you don't have your own following. You got to be making noise that they recognize you. Nowadays, promoters aren't just using anybody. He just dropped all of those fish. I know you guys heard that. He just dropped all of them. So anyway, back in the days, it used to be promoters used to be trying to fill slots for major artists, so they want to have a full show, and they would basically allow pretty much anyone to perform if they had good sound, good music. Nowadays, they want you to have a following, because that helps the venue that they're creating. Okay, so that means more people are going to come to these shows. Booking yourself, literally, if the only way you can book yourself is if you have local clubs, restaurants. A lot of times hire, which is what I saw last night. There were several restaurants that hired live performers to come out and perform. Very seldom do you see people that actually have rappers come out, unless they're holistic or conscious type raps or musicians or artists. But those are pretty much the simplistic ways for you to book yourself. Our graphic music, you're more than welcome. Demario Townsend says, I would love to be signed to yo. I would love to sign you, bro. The Ashley says the same thing. Amen to that. That's what's up. How do you copyright your name? And that's a now if you're talking about your artist name, it's expensive. You can do that, but copyrights most of the time and include a trademark symbol or logo. You have to do that. If you're talking about your birth name, you can't do it. Yeah. Oh, okay. He just dropped that, didn't he? Dropped all of it, huh? Okay. All right. What else we got? Okay. D, send me that. D, you got my email. Email me musicmillionaires@gmail.com. That link that you got, brother. I want to see that. I want to watch it. Let's see. Time to go for the. I don't know. I can't listen. Y'all don't understand. I don't have glasses on. I'm partially goddamn blind at times. Like I can see well, but goddamn this little shit. Yeah, BK, I'm tend to agree with you. I want to read that myself about the 10, maybe 10 minimum or 10 total. But you know what I mean? It wouldn't surprise me because the government's trying to make more money. It wouldn't surprise me. They'll make definitely more money. You know what I mean? So it wouldn't be unheard of for them to say, oh, now you only can submit 10 at a time. Okay. And that right, BK. I'm going back to you guys' comments. That would be a major game changer for the industry. I need to know the blueprint A through Z with elementary step that build to major. Oh God, tomorrow you're gonna have to email me because I didn't understand none of that. I'm satisfied. Universe Media says, I'm satisfied with BMI and Sound Exchange. There's so much content these days. I can't spend too much time worrying about copyrights. I know that's right. That's what's up. Yes, I just got the email. Okay, I read that already. If someone put out a soundtrack for a film, they usually have over 10 to 20 songs. Very true. So that again would be crazy, but it's not unheard of. The government is trying to make money, man. You know what I mean? All these damn government shutdowns. R. Geffen says, when it comes to producers you're looking to sign, what are the qualities, things you are looking for in them? Song structure, they already have to have a certain structure in place. You know, we don't want to be having to teach you how to put together song structures. We don't want to have to teach you, how to create tracks for TV and film. You know, we don't want to have to teach you. We also like artists that can play the keys. The keys are like pretty much everything. You can simulate anything on the keys. So artists who has a background playing keys or the piano and things like that is normally what we look for. You know, artists that can actually play music. Per se, because when you get in a session like with a Dr. Dre or someone like that, most of the time it's a sit down and a melody is created, and the melody most of the time is played on a piano or a DAW piano or a keyboard or something of that nature. So those are just little things that we look to qualify producers for when it comes to, when we sign them. We look for the best of the best of the best, sir, with honors. Okay. Candyman Beats says, my brother, peace and blessings. Peace and blessings to you, Candyman Beats. What's going on, family? But great question to Art Graphic Music. Peace and blessings, brother. Tuck Amun. Good evening, good evening. He says from Alabama. And I'll get up with you about that. I seen your message about the conference and the sit-in personal private time at my home or a house with us chopping it up on 2 days. I got your message. I'll let you know what the price is and figure out, because I wanna do it with, like I said, I want to bring in 5 to 10 solid producers. I'm not going to bring everybody in. Like I said, if I did a conference like that, I might have two situations: one conference at a hotel, and I bring some other people in to sit in on that conference and talk and help you guys, or I really just want to have a private exclusive session with people who are really serious about the music industry, you know what I mean, and artists that I can sit down with, work with, go through everything, and teach you guys all of it. You say, Jay, hold on, let me check. Can I do that? Yeah, listen, I like that, bro. He said, let me read this. Let me do this. Let me see. Let me see how I can do that. Because you know what? Thank you. Because you see me too. I'm like, y'all forgive me for laughing so hard, but he says some real shit. Like, look, can you just change the settings on your? Let me see how I do that. No, I can't do that. Dang it. I don't know. I don't know how to do it, man. I'm playing around. I definitely. Any other time, there we go. Let's see. All right. It's not letting me change the settings on this thing, man. That's what's up. All right. Music meters is down right now. Let me check that out. Mario Sound said, I've seen all the videos about the secrets to making hits, but I want to get the new Music Millionaire courses to learn the step-by-step blueprint to the music business. And that's exactly what we're going to do, brother. Heavy marketing and promotion. Do you all sign singers and songwriters? C. Forrest, yes, we do. We do sign singers and songwriters. Oh, you know what, Dem Beats? It is music-millionaires. That's why. You got to go to music-millionaires.com. That is up. That's why. You're going to musicmillionaires.com. That's me, DJ Big Will, with the link from a recent email, but I haven't went to the link, but it's something changing at BK Bank. Okay. And so Ansano says, how do you get signed to a local record label? Because there is a label here in NC called Apex Records, and I was just wondering. It's all going to be the same, brother. These days, labels are signing you based on your following, your social following. Do you have authentic fans and followers? Do you have legitimate Spotify listens? Do you have Spotify subscribers? So your getting signed to any label will be based on your social following, because most labels don't want to have to build an artist. It costs a lot of money, guys, contrary to what you believe, to have to build an artist. So when you've already invested in yourself and did what you need to do in order to make it within the music industry, then it's easier for the label to do what they need to do from that end. Okay, email me directly then, WJ Walker. Bro, you don't want constructive criticism from me. You don't want constructive criticism. No, just email me, man. Email me, you know what I mean? But for the most part, my Music Millionaire, if you're a Music Millionaire member, consultation comes free. You know what I mean? I'll consult with you for free. Jay Gizmo tripped me out though. SG, can you change the settings on your monitor display to huge so you can see the screen better? I swear to God, that's funny as hell. Gentamo hitoklo Gibraltar Berry Hill im yate. Gentamo. Tutankhamun says I just came up with what I think is a hit. Send it over to me. Let me check it out, bro. I'll listen to it. I'll tell you honestly if it's a hit. There's a difference between it being you got all right track, a good track, great track, platinum tracks. So, award-winning music. Okay, you guys are chopping it up in the chat. C. Forrest, appreciate your C. Forrest, no doubt. It got something to do with the group registration. Okay. All right. Well, that's what's up, man. I appreciate it. That's what this is all about. You guys are basically chopping it up together. What did it say? I was signed to them under a distribution deal. I'm currently still signed to that, signed for 4 years. So you signed onto a label. You signed to a label and you signed a distribution deal with a label, so they're distributing your music. And was it exclusive? Candyman B said, if I sign with Music Millionaires, what else you saying? Did you say something before that, Candyman? How can I get in contact with you about getting constructive criticism from you about my music? That was the last thing. I signed a distribution deal with Apex Records. Okay. Can you do? I do one-on-ones. I do one-on-one consultations. Yes. To answer your question, Alias Fresh. Yes, and I just got someone on the team that's going to be doing that for you guys as well. How to build a fan base, how to generate streams. He's going to be dealing with that solely for our music distribution. Those of you guys who are doing music distribution with us. Without having a dependent on the industry. What? I got to figure out what you mean by that, brother. How to build a fan base? No problem. How can people be as independent as can be without having to depend on the industry that had been taking advantage of them? Distribution, publishing, royalties. Jay Gizmo is real simple, man. You know what I mean? Everything today is much different for you guys today than it was 20, 30 years for us. So everything that you want, you can get it through the plug. Before, record labels had the plug. They had the distribution, they had the publishing, they had all these different things that you guys needed. Now you guys have it. You guys got guys like me who are and teaching you how to become independent. So it's not a hard thing at all, man. It just takes a little investigation and finding out who you want to work with, especially when it comes to distributing, publishing, and all these other things that you need to know. Um, and right, there's no real need for a publisher. Well, not necessarily true though, Benji Barker, because publishers work in a way for you that other things can't. So like our first deal was with Rondor Publishing, right? So what Rondor did is, because it was a publishing company, it was a large publishing company, it put us in place to get more writing deals. So they connected us with clients like the Beyoncés and the Jahims at the time and the Dr. Dre's when there was writing opportunities. Okay, so publishing companies can put you in good places. It's not just about publishing. Don't get it mistaken. And the reason why publishing companies will do that is because in order for them to collect on publishing and make money off your publishing, they need to have you with gigs that's going to generate revenue. So it's not necessarily true not to, you don't need publishing, because if you got a great publisher, you're going to get jobs, especially if you're a great talent, because that's one of the things publishing companies look for as well. If normal publishing companies, regular publishing companies, most of the time reach out to people who are already getting credits. They're already established writers. They already has some form of credentials out there when it comes to the music business. So there can be benefits behind signing with a publishing company, but it will be based on you. Now, if you're an independent writer or a producer or something, and you don't have any credits, or you're just working with small musicians or producers or artists, then no, it's not beneficial for you to get a publishing deal. But if you are making moves and you're doing things, it might be beneficial for you, and you have more say in the publishing deal, because it's worth it. They'll take a smaller portion of the publishing and in shorter terms if you're established and you know what you're doing. And the whole key again is to keep the revenue flowing. Cartier, Cartier, I won't say that wrong. When you start your music, where do you start to get yourself out there and get heard? We started in our town locally. Or you start in towns that is doing music, like Atlanta. For Tampa wasn't no real big place, but once we start getting little artists that was making it, like Uwe Jive and Kaya and people like that, you understand, it's easier. So when you can sit in these studio sessions and work, the best way you can really get yourself, there to get heard is being in the lab with and in a place where other artists is going, spending money to get in the studio where other big artists are going. If you'll notice, there's always a trend when it comes to Atlanta. A lot of these artists that are now made it in the industry, most of the time they've made it because they was at the studio session with one of their homeboys who knew somebody like Gucci Man or Migos and all this other stuff, and then they got turned on or put on like that, or Jeezy or someone like that. So being in those music positions, here's the thing, guys. It's quicker, faster. You get more opportunities when you start going into these music functions and places and put yourself in those positions, like the studios and things of that type, to be able to get yourself and align yourself in a better position. The more they see you, eventually they'll listen to you. Okay, so if you can afford to use studios like Patchwork and the rest of these popular studios, man, do it every chance you get. And most of the time, find you one of the engineers who necessarily isn't the most expensive engineer. He's not a celebrity engineer, but he's working out of the same studio maybe a celebrity engineer is working out of, or producer's working out of, and then that's your backdoor in. So you're not gonna pay all these crazy prices, because he's not gonna jack you up, because he's gonna try to build his clientele base up. Just little tricks and stuff like that, to think about. right, D, I got you tomorrow, yo. And Sano says, and I submitted about 4 demos to them, and the record label owners is currently talking to the A&R about working a good deal right now with me, and I'll be going to record more songs on May 11th. Great. Great. Send me over some stuff. Let me check you out, brother. Okay, they're talking about solicitations. I got you now. I think I understand. I got you, BK. So they talking, the copyright people talking about soliciting music, sending music for solicitations. That's all right. You know what I mean? People don't know. You know what I mean? They make assumptions. You know what I mean? Everyone don't really get it. Benji Barker said, I got good songs. Can I be a ghost writer? Send me some of your good songs. Let me hear what you got, brother. Just snippets. All I need is verse, hook, intro, all that good stuff. Let me hear what you got, man. Because I'm always looking for songwriters. Is it smart to push beat mixtapes through DistroKid? And you got to be more specific because mixtapes now can mean anything, bro. A mixtape could mean, you know, you rapping over somebody else's tracks, you know, you putting out a full CD of original music. It can mean you stole somebody YouTube music online and you want to put it out. So in order for me to help you, and here's the thing, if any of the above statements or the comments that I just made is true, if you've taken anything from anybody and you want to do it on DistroKid, Distro looks at it as cover songs, but then there's still some kind of tape that you're going to go through when you're doing cover songs. But if you're using somebody else's stuff and you're monetizing it, you don't have permission, you're setting yourself up for failure because hey, bro, them copyright claims or them lawsuits are never worth it. Trust me. All right, what else we got going on? Okay, Universe Media, appreciate you, brother. Well, Awareness Records, I'll tell you something. If you are established, okay, most publishing companies will do a single song deal just to show you that they can work you, or they want to release your music. But for the most part, you know, if you sign a typical publishing agreement, an exclusive publishing agreement is what you said. It definitely needs to be beneficial to you, and you need to know that you're bringing something to the table, and not just trying to get them to put you into a certain place. Because like I said, a lot of publishing companies aren't going to sign you. You know, I've signed people under publishing deals, and try to break them, and then they expect you to do everything, and that's not how that's going to work. So, but marketing is the key. WJ Walker said, well, my bad. I'm new to this, but it's still something changing. I was typing to shut it. Oh, no, WJ, you're good, brother. You know what I mean? Again, we got it clear. It's not a big thing, you know what I mean? Because people like BK Banger or whatnot, they're going to find out what's going on. And when you're new to this, it happens. This channel and this community is about helping each other. Each one teach one, bro. So, you know what I mean? Don't take it as a derogatory statement. Don't get you down. BK wasn't attacking you. He was just saying, hey, that's not what it is. So. So I'm planning on working all of Alabama, all the country towns. The more people I can touch, the more foundation I'll build. That's a fact. So what if you got your own studio? Then work. If you got your own studio, you need to be pumping out your own music, bro, left and right. Because let me explain something to you. It's not about trying to make a hit song. It's about making a shitload of songs and then finding your hits in those. That's the key. That's how we did it. Okay, you know what I mean? You want to bang a whole bunch of songs out, and then once you find the formula, once you get a hit, you repeat the formula. That's it. That's it. It's no different in this YouTube channel, right? Like, I know what I can do. If I wanted a bunch of people to subscribe to me, I would just do everything that's about money. Money. Those are my highest viewed videos. When I talk money and you can make money, and you can make money, and you can make money. Look at my videos. Those are the highest rated videos. So if I wanted to be constantly getting high, views or a lot of views or just a bunch of attention, I just make videos about money all the time. But then that's you know, what I mean, you guys will get tired of it because you guys like this, and this is what I like to do. I like to deal with people who want to know about the business side of music. Granger Lofton says, when attending these functions, should it be with finished product in hand? When you are attending functions, no matter what it is, whether it's the Grammy Award, things like that, the easiest thing, brother, now is not having finished product in necessarily hand, because you want the contact information. You want to collect business cards. You want to collect email cards. You want to build a relationship. And then you can send links to your music or download to where your music is. You don't have to have actual physical CDs and product no more. Okay? You want to go and you want to look fly, you want to look professional, you want to carry yourself a professional way like a professional, and you ain't gonna see a professional walking around with CDs in their pocket. Okay? So no. Get you some business cards though. I'm telling you guys, start getting your business cards printed. Start getting your get your website together. Get yourself a professional look. Make sure you have an about section in it. Do everything that you need to do to give yourself that professional look that people understand, you know, that you are a real professional. Okay? And Sano says, and all I do is freestyle off the top of my head. I never write anything down. I just speak from the heart and from the soul, and I don't make up music, everything. Okay, gotcha. Good question. How much do ghostwriters make? Ghostwriters make money based on several different factors, depending on who you are. You know, if you are signed to, like my brother signed to Aftermath right now, right? So as a songwriter, so there is monies that is given to you when you go in the studio. There's money that you're going to make on the back end, mechanicals, depending on how you negotiate that, and there's money you can make through your songwriting credit. However, there is no set term for ghostwriters per se. When we would write songs for people, and once we became established, we would get $15,000 a song, literally minimum, and that's just for indie artists. Okay, once you are established, that rate goes up drastically. Okay, so for instance, I saw Dre cut a check to Scott Storch for 1 week of work for $250,000. Not personally saw him write the check, but I knew what it was. So you know what I'm saying? Just depends. All right, D'Aston. Laugh out loud, YouTube jackers. Full original beats. Nah, you good at da da da. I was just curious. Okay. Awareness Record says, what kind of songwriters do we prefer and from what genre? I prefer songwriters that can write multiple genres, not a particular genre. I prefer songwriters that's honed into their skills so well that they can do what we've did our entire career. We write country, we can write pop, we can write blues, we can write jazz, we can write, you name it, we can write it. So I prefer songwriters that are diverse. But if there's a genre that you've mastered, we respect that. You know what I mean? Maybe all you do is write the R&B or love stuff or the rap stuff, you know what I mean, rap hooks, you know, but we prefer multi-talented writers that can think outside the box, because there is no difference in genres other than the message, other than the beat. The tempo may change, the type of sounds may be used to make a song. King Yato, what's going on, family? Peace and blessings. More money, more honeys. No, brother, more money, more headaches, because that's what you bring. Trust me. More money, more headaches, and more fake friends. You know, but let me explain something to you guys too. You have to be careful. You need your circle to always be a circle of influence. You know what I mean? So like what we're doing here, you know, we're chopping up you around a community right now of producers, and you see how information was shared, information was clarified, information was found out, you know, so you are your influence. And so when it comes to, and this is where a lot of artists make mistakes, and they learn very quickly, and within the next 2 or 3 years, you will see large entourage of people with artists, and then eventually that artist dwindles down his camp because he's paying all these people, and everybody got their hand out, you know, even if it's just homeboys and stuff like that, who everybody's a bodyguard because they're trying to protect the money and they're getting paid. So, you know, it's not about anything other than, especially not the honeys. It's always about having more influential people who are beneficial to your career. Alias Fresh say he 3 beats a damn day. I ain't playing with y'all. How do I start selling beats on Instagram? That is the number one question, right? And let me tell you guys something. The secret behind selling a lot of beats, provide a hook. You find you a songwriter and get a hook placed on it, man. Rappers especially, it is hard for them to come up with hooks. Most rappers are verse people all day. They can write verses all day. But melodies and the hooks, that's the hardest thing. So if you want to sell more music on Instagram or any social media platform, guys, find your songwriter, find your vocalist, find you someone that can lace your music and do it justice, and then do a proper promotion. And realize you can't spend $25, $50 on an ad and expect to make $10,000. It doesn't work that way, guys. You're going to have to spend real money when you go to that ad because it's a numbers game. If you got 100,000 views on one of your video ads that you place on Instagram, it's a 10% millionaire rule. 10%, always 10%. 10% of people are going to be interested, 10% of people are going to be buying it, and that's how you have to do it. So if out of 100,000 people 10,000 are going to be interested in what you have. Another 1,000 may actually buy, but you got to have the numbers. Other than that, you're making slow money. Invest the money, the large sum of money in the ad, get the maximum amount of clients or people coming in at one time. And imagine if you had 100,000 or 2,000 or 200,000 views, and 2,000 people purchase from you at that 10% rule, right? Let's take 5% rule. Let's just break it down to 5%. That's how much you're going to make running that one ad campaign. And you got to start thinking about that, man. King Yata, I've answered this question a lot of times. I always prefer you guys use your own website. Direct to consumer is the route we need to start going. Direct to your family, direct to your buyer, man. Utilize BeatStars and YouTube for promotions. Use it for promotions, but convert that person over, because as long as you stay on someone else's platform, you're in competition with 1,000 other people. Convert the interested party over to your website, capture them, you capture their email, you capture that lead, and then you drip feed them information, you drip feed them opportunities, you drip feed them sales or free music or anything that's going to spark their interest, man. All right. Y'all gonna have to start translating some of this stuff, Janata TV and whoever else you are. Awareness records of that circle is no joke, that's right. But God will remove the wrong people while you're on your journey to success. Not necessarily true. God gives you free will. He keeps telling that to people. Everybody has to understand this free will. If God did everything good for you, the devil did everything bad, you can't be judged where you're going to heaven or hell, brother. So no, God ain't gonna remove people. You can ask God to put the right people in your circle, but that's not necessarily true. I have a shitload of people that I need out my goddamn circle because they just do dumb shit. But it's not necessarily true, man. As a producer, is it wise to sign as a work for hire with an established group of producers? Oh boy, that's a touchy subject, because if there's an established group of producers and they're signing you work for hire, it damn sure better be worth it, is what I'm saying to you, meaning that the payout damn sure better be worth it. But I will even negotiate that work for hire. I wouldn't make it a complete work for hire. I'll say, hey, look, I want to take, I got to take a portion of my royalties, just because if they're established, they're going to get placements, and when they get placements, they're going to eat off of that continual revenue that's going to come from that placement, from it performing on radios or on YouTube or whatever, man. So be careful with that, man. You know what I mean? If it's just about establishing yourself, maybe do 1 or 2 tracks that way. You know what I mean? But I wouldn't even recommend that, because it might be that 1 or 2 tracks and they may never use you again. You know what I'm saying? But, at the end of the day, you got to look out for self, bro. And if you got the talent enough that they want to work with you, don't just think about it, man, is what I'm saying to you. Because that work for hire, bro, I done seen a lot of people be slapping themselves in the ass. You know what I mean? If you're doing it for like a small time artist or something, you might want a chance, depending on what you're getting paid up front. But the whole designer thing, right? That's That's an example by itself, man. Dude sold this no name artist this damn track, and then Panda blew up and went crazy platinum, and then dude was sitting with what he sold it to him for. You know what I'm saying? He flat out worked for hire situation, from my understanding, that is. All right, somebody said, Cartier said, yeah, but you said spend money at a studio with major artists, but I got my own studio. How I get heard? Do I gotta go to a studio with major artists? Most of the time, okay, so are you in rap artists? That's the thing that you know. What do you do? You know what I mean? Because if you're a producer, then if you're a producer, then you want to be in a studio where there's going to be other producers and artists at. That's how you get your placement. If you're an artist and you're trying to get noticed by other artists like a Gucci Man or someone like this, you need to be in that spot. Other than that, you're going to have to build yourself out, brother. You're going to have to build your fan base. You know what I mean? And there is no easy or quick answer, man. Everybody wants an easy, quick answer. And I'm not saying that's what you're looking for, but that whole thing everyone talks about. Oh, there's people who just make it overnight successes and all this other stuff, or it's who you know and all the other shit. Nowadays, it's not about who you know. You guys have the power to make yourself or break yourself. Y'all have the power. That's what social media does for you. It empowers you guys. You gotta stop taking the lazy route out and do the shit, man. You know what I mean? Like on real shit, on everything, man. You gotta work this business. You gotta work it, man. So, it just really determines on what you're trying to get out of this, brother. Always, man. You guys send me your music, man. I mean, you're asking, do I want you to send music? Send it. I get people send me. They don't even ask me. They see me on here, and they'll just send the goddamn music anyway. So send the music, man. Send it. Seafair said, "Damn, well, call me Space Ghost One. I want a ghost right for everyone." That's what's up. Bring some laughter to this thing. As a producer, is it wise to sign as a? Okay, I already got that. I'm sorry. Sorry. I'm going back up. I apologize. Serbia, okay, that's what's up. Serbia's in the house. Peace and blessings. 28-6-13-89. Yes, we are in the USA. Brazil, all right. Brazil's in the house. Peace and blessings to all my international watchers. Peace and blessings to you guys. musicmillionaires@gmail.com, Insano. Listen, guys, send me a link. All right? Because y'all got me paying mad money on Google Space. I think I've paid for like almost a terabyte of Google Space, like right now. It's not expensive, but I have to, every time y'all send me something, it fills up my inbox, and then I wind up at one time I couldn't receive emails. But send it to me, guys. And peace and blessings to all of you guys who just signed up. I seen a bunch of you just signed up for Music Millionaires. Peace and blessings. I'll be looking forward to hearing from you via email, telling me when you're ready for your consultation, and going through the entire website and utilizing all the tools and utilizing how to get your business set up and all those different things. Like I said, we are in the process of doing educational courses. There is no course or education better than being able to get on the phone with me, outlining your situation, outlining your issues that you may have, and then me handling it directly with you one-on-one. And that's not just a one-time consultation. Most of the time, that's all you guys need. Most of my consultations is one time because I give you everything you need, and you guys are taking notes. But big ups to everyone who just signed up to Music Millionaires, as I've seen that it's coming in. So again, music-millionaires.com for all you guys watching that want one-on-one consultation, which it's worth that alone. The price of the membership, which is lifetime, is worth it alone just doing a consultation. Because again, I charge record labels mad money to do what I do for you guys for free. All right, so anybody want to talk about points when it comes to points and what points are? And well, let me simplify. Simple answer is this when it comes to points. So an artist is allotted so many points on their music. Let's say for each single, an artist, maybe a big time artist, is given, let's say, 10 to 12 points. So let's say Beyonce has 12 points, which equals to basically 12 cents on the dollar. Okay, so they get 12 points for every download or every stream they receive, and then at that point they can work out or negotiate with you, said producer or artist, 2 points for every 2 points of that 10 that they have to allot to you. And that's just a quick summary of how points work, which means you'll be getting 2 cent off every download and or sale of a album or whatever that album breaks out to be when it comes to the worth of a complete CD or a song. Real quick overview. I'm not going into detail. So that's all points are. Points are just access to the actual download or sale of the music. Mechanicals. Drinking my tea. No more questions? If you got no more questions, I'm getting up out of here, guys, because I fixed some great tuna, man. I did seared today with some mussels. Let's see. Most of the time, because streams have their own revenue rate, and you got to realize with the royalty rate at what it is, streams are ridiculously low. Okay, so is that this my what's left over? Either way. So stream rates, no, you know what I mean? It's really download. So when people download your stuff from iTunes, which is what you guys should be going for, you should be really pushing for people to download it. But again, because of YouTube, and here's again what I'm gonna tell you guys about that. Because YouTube, and when you upload your music through your distribution platform to YouTube, which of course YouTube is one of the largest platforms to bring awareness to your brand, which is why it's in one instance YouTube screws you and while it's helping you, because a person can get your music free from YouTube. Literally, there's plugins that they can just download your damn music, or people can rip it. There's websites that just rip it from you, so you're not making money from YouTube. So downloads is harder to get now from people because people aren't buying your music when they can get it off of YouTube and just rip it if they want it. I always suggest you push the downloads and push people to go to your downloads versus streams, because the streaming rates are so low. And that's what you guys got to understand, you know what I mean? So unless you're getting tons of stream, it's just real low. And then if I can stream your music on Spotify or SoundCloud for free, why would I download it? I can listen to it anytime I want. So you got to be creative, guys. You got to think of creative ways to do it. You know what I mean? Especially if you're doing entire albums, you got to give incentives. Hey, if you download my music, you get an autographed copy. I don't know. You know what I mean? Guys got to think of something, man. Yes, I would recommend Awareness Records. I would recommend the book by Quincy Jones called Q. I definitely recommend that. Nips TV said, need subscribers too. I lost today over 20. Nips TV, I'm gonna go check out your channel. How many subscribers do you have, Nips? C-Fire, you're more than welcome. Awareness Record said, no, hold up. All right, brother. Jay Gizmo said, you make it simple. I did a small time on local radio and public access TV show. Now I just have to partner with people like you with credible history so I can be independent and make good money. Well, thank you so much. And remember, my views and tactics is just based on how we've made it in the industry and what I've come to learn working with people like Dr. Dre and asking him all these questions and things that I didn't know and understand. But other people handle the music business differently. They have a different view on it. Certain things are just cut and dry, but there is so much legal terminology and loopholes and all this other shit when it comes to the music industry. We would never be able to cover it all, and I don't know all of it when it comes to these loopholes and legal stuff, you know what I mean? So at that point, that's where you definitely want to get an attorney, okay? But thank you so much for it. All right. Need subscribers too. Okay, I think I already looked at that. Chastity, Marie, you're more than welcome. Thank you so much. Everybody's welcome. Thank you guys so much. Thank you so much. All right. I'm going to try to get back on, I don't know, maybe tomorrow or the weekend. I'm really pushing for this interactive TV. I'm going to do something never been done before, and I probably shouldn't have said that, huh? Because, you know, guys be watching my channel, then they go take my stuff, and then when I be trying to team up with them, they be taking my ideas and pretend like they don't remember what I said before. But working on some videos for you guys to really help you guys make choices is the best way to say that. Versus me just dictating to you guys. I'm gonna put you in the hot seat. I'm gonna start making videos that you have to make choices on and telling me which route that you want to go. Literally interactive video that I'm gonna be making, and I'm gonna give you the issue, the problem, and then you're gonna have to click which route you would go. How about that one? So we are definitely working on that. Typo, I have software that can literally download any music. I don't do it, but my Apollo DAW allows it. Hands down. All right, guys. Peace and blessings, man. Love you all 100%. Again, welcome to all my new Music Millionaire members. And peace and blessings to everybody that's just coming on. But I'm getting off. Y'all guys waited. I'm getting off now. But peace and blessings to all you guys. Again, congratulations to all my new Music Millionaire members. That's music-millionaires.com. Look forward to talking to you guys and setting up a consultation. I'm getting ready to eat me some salmon, damn tuna, and some mussels. And then go to bed because I got to get up early in the morning because I have to deal with my international partners. Okay, I have international business partners that I have to deal with, and they are like 6-7 hours ahead of me. So I have to get rest, guys. So with that said, as always, music is